Now, what you're about to watch is essentially, I don't know how to explain it. I am playing on my Xbox One, by the way. This is the Xbox One version of Dying Light. I am not playing the PC version. And I have a bit of a complaint. I don't know if it's an issue with Microsoft or Techland. I don't know who to actually point the finger at. But after leaving my console in sleep mode and coming back to this game, this happened. Now, you'll see it in a minute. I think you saw it already, but you're going to see it again. Whenever I run into dense foliage like that right there, the frame rate drops. I am not kidding. Like, you see how bad that is. You see, I'm sure you see it. It is bad. Like, how did that happen? It was disgusting. Like, in like dense areas with zombies or tons of, you know, cars, trucks and stuff like that, you can see it, it's fine. You know, it's running fine. But dense foliage, for some reason, somehow tanks the game. I don't understand it. Now, I did restart my Xbox One. I actually didn't restart it, like, turning it on and off by hitting the power button, because the power button, believe it or not, does not turn your Xbox One off. It actually puts it in sleep mode, which actually is not a good thing for computers. If you leave it in sleep mode too much, your RAM will literally be eaten alive. So it's good to turn your computer off, and I would have to say the same thing with the Xbox One. It's good to turn your Xbox One off, but by not turning it off by hitting the power pad or button, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not a mechanical button, it's a sensor based button, so I'm gonna call it a button because I don't know what else to call it. You need to turn it off. You're better off turning it off. Unplug the thing from the wall socket. That's what I had to do to fix this problem, and here it is again. The frame rate takes a dump in dense foliage. I don't know what the issue is. I don't hate Microsoft. I don't hate Sony. I don't hate Nintendo. I'm making this video because it's a legitimate complaint. It's something that I feel needs to be addressed. I think it might actually have something to do with the Xbox One more than the game itself, because the Xbox One, I believe, does like use the RAM to like or the hard drive or something like that to keep certain apps and games running in the background while it's in sleep mode. And I feel as though that might have, you know, something to do with it here. It looks as though it runs fine without dense foliage, but as soon as you hit dense foliage, as soon as you get areas with tons of trees and grass, you know, not just little blotches like you just saw there, but tons of trees and grass. I mean, hell, this thing will probably take a dump in the freaking, what do you call it, in the slums, because there's a lot of trees and grass over there. It will literally die whenever it runs into dense foliage. It will die. It will tank in frame rate. I don't know what the deal is. I am going to hopefully get this out to Microsoft and maybe even Techland. I don't know if Techland will be able to do much with it. I'm not sure if it is a game-related bug. Maybe it's a console-related bug, which is why I'm sending it to both. I don't know what the deal is. I will indeed try to replicate it. I am not sure why it does this. And this game, and it's not just this game, there have been other games that it's done this to me with as well. It has tanked. Like Wolfenstein: The New Order, at one random moment, it actually did tank to like 20 freaking frames per second, which is really weird because I played through that whole entire game and it did not tank at all. And there's this one random moment where it just decided to take a dump and drop down to 20 FPS. And right now what you're seeing is a legit frame rate drop. You know, I'm turning around. You can see the difference. You can see the difference. You know, I look at dense foliage, frames drop. When I look back at the buildings or an area or down where there's not much foliage in front of me, the frame rate goes back to 30. It literally drops. Now, here, I'm not sure if this is something that has always been an issue of the game. When slaughtering tons of zombies, the frame rate drops. I'm not sure if that's just something that the game does because of the hardware in the Xbox One, but I don't think it would be this bad. See you later.